Let's get into it.
All right, let's talk a minute about why we call it soccer, right? So what had happened was, Britain, they, we'll say, invented the sport, right? Because they was kicking the ball, doing all kinds of cool stuff with it, and bicycle kicks and all that jazz, right? And then all these other schools in England had invented their own version. They had their own little version, little rules, changes, and whatever, right? And then what had happened was, then, all right, so this one school was like, you know what's lit? Yo, let's pick the ball up, right? So they picked the ball up and run with it, and they was hitting each other and having a good old time, right? Firing in bathtubs, it was amazing. So they was doing that, still calling it football, even though they was doing that, right? So then the other school was like, all right, these jackwagons over here, they picking up the ball. That is crazy. So you know what? Let's all come together. We'll come up with our own rules, and then we're all playing it. And guess what? We're an association. So it's association football. So association football, right? You can't be out there telling people you're playing association football. If you just tell people to play football, they might expect you to pick the ball up because they were doing that over there, right? So they're like, what are we gonna call it so that people know ain't showing up to the game buying popcorn and beer and disappointing because we ain't picked up the ball, right? So they said, let's call it association football. And somebody was like, it takes too long. And it takes too long. I don't have time. It's only a 60-second video. I don't have time to say association football. So they shortened it to ASOC football, and then they like to put ER in there, so it's ASOC football, but ASOC also too long, so they just shortened it to soccer, right? So now they was over here in part of England, there's these schools, they playing soccer. These people over here, they still calling it football, and they was like, you know what's lit? Over here, we was picking ball up, but now we need to change the name because we actually aren't using our feet at all, right? Maybe in twice a game, right? So we're going to name it after the school where this version was invented. The name of that school was the rugby school, right? So they changed it to rugby football, right? And then the other people over here in the association football was like, hey man, like we had a committee, we had meetings, and we changed the name from football to association football because you just change your name. And they're like, yeah, we do what we want to over here at rugby, right? So association football, like, fine, we're taking it back, right? And they said we reclaiming the word football. So they went back to calling us football. Now in the meantime, somewhere in there, America was independent, doing their own thing. They were still calling it soccer, and the Brits was like, hey, congratulations on the freedom and the independence and all that, but hey, just to let you know, we done changed the name back to football. Y'all can play if you want to, but you need to call it football. And America was like, nah, homie, we good.